I know that many in the Make America Healthy Again movement like Casey Means' anti-vaccine position. Hi, this is David Steinman. I'm the host of the Heartland podcast and author of Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins. Baja voters have become a powerful bloc among Republican elected officials, but the senators who have to decide whether Means is to become Surgeon General should vote against her nomination. It isn't just her hesitation to recommend some of the core vaccines, particularly during measles outbreaks, that has led some to argue she lacks the credibility needed for the top doc role. But that's important. Other points to consider. Means has never been a treating physician. Historically, the Surgeon General is a three-star admiral in the Commission Corps, which requires maintaining an active, unrestricted license. Every Surgeon General in history has held an active license and finished residency. Means would be the first without either, if confirmed. Although she graduated from Stanford Medical School, she left her surgical residency at Oregon Health and Science University 6 months before completion. That means she is not board certified. She has never practiced medicine independently. Her medical license in Oregon became inactive in January 2024. During her confirmation hearing in February 2026, she acknowledged she cannot currently prescribe medication. She stated she has no plans to reactivate her license. Less important, but not insignificant, is that she has no prior experience in government or public health, but that her professional background is largely in wellness as an influencer, author, and entrepreneur. It is in this area that she completely lost me because she has been a dishonest, deceptive, online grifter, much like the rest of the Donald J. Trump administration. Democrat senators raised concerns during her confirmation hearing in February about potential conflicts of interest related to her wellness company Levels and her past promotion of health products without consistent online financial disclosure, as is required by the Federal Trade Commission. In other words, if I'm being paid to sell you a product, I am required to tell you that. And that's a good law. And she was not obeying that law from everything I can tell from listening to her testimony. I think they had her dead to rights. I acknowledge some of our past Surgeon Generals have been horrible. Surgeon General C. Everett Koop attacked my first book, which was a bestseller, Diet for a Poisoned Planet, because I was one of the first authors to take on the agrochemical industry. Other Surgeon Generals have been tilted way in favor of Big Pharma. They have discounted naturopathic approaches. A better choice would be an MD who can embrace allopathic and naturopathic medicine and who brings knowledge and respect for both, as well as for environmental health. That would be the best of all worlds. Casey Means is like a stool without 3 legs, just one. Nothing I would want to sit on. Based on the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee's composition, the deciding votes on the nomination are likely to be Senators Lisa Murkowski, the Republican from Alaska, Susan Collins, the Republican from Maine, and Bill Cassidy, Republican from Louisiana. He's the chair of the committee. They were all closely scrutinizing Means and asking pointed questions about her past statements on vaccine safety. The Help Committee is split 12 to 11 between Republicans and Democrats, so the nomination requires nearly total Republican support to advance. Both Murkowski and Collins have indicated they have not decided how they will vote following a tense confirmation hearing. Murkowski expressed concerns about the nominee's stance on the hepatitis B birth dose vaccine and has said that previous assurances regarding vaccines from other confirmation processes were not kept. Means has secured support from Republicans such as Roger Marshall of Kansas, Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, Josh Hawley of Missouri, Jim Banks, Indiana, Mark Wayne Mullen, Oklahoma, and John Husted of Ohio. Just to remind you, as of February 26, 2026, there have been 1,136 confirmed measles cases in the U.S. For the full year of 2025, the full year, there were 2,281. South Carolina is the hardest hit with over 970 cases. Utah has 117, Florida at least 92. So just to know, just some facts, according to the CDC, out of every 1,000 children who are infected with measles, 1 may develop encephalitis, a dangerous swelling of the brain, and up to 3 of every 1,000 infected children will die. These are very much greater risk than what is posed by the vaccine. So she should have been an adult. She should have talked about it. She should have been more forthcoming. I do think she's kind of a charlatan. Sorry to say that, Maha, but we can do better. You can do better. We can do better for the country. Anyway, go to my website at Substack, official David Steinman, and you'll get the numbers for Collins, Cassidy, and Murkowski to call them to tell them to vote against Casey Means nomination, or if you want her, call to say you want her, just participate in the whole process. On a personal level, your shopping, lifestyle, and health choices really do matter. That's why I wrote my new book, Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins, available at Amazon.com. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at DavidSteinman_author and to my newsletter at Official David Steinman at Substack. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay informed, stay